Brooksaw Antiques here. Today we have this 1954 Smith Corona Silent Super Vintage Portable Typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This just helps you guide the page in straight to the platen, which is this main roller. So I'm just going to line that up at the edge of the platen. And these are your margins up top. I like to set them around 0 and 70s, 70 something. It's about the length of a page. And this is the paper support arm that flips up from the back. Has a paper bell with 3 rollers on it on this model, and 2 paper fingers on one on each side. So these are also adjustable. You can see that there's one of these on each side. Helps just hold the paper down. And you just want to make sure that the margins are in between those fingers, or else it'll get stuck on them. So we're just gonna move the margin a little bit. Now it's in between. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. You hit this line space, gets you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 2, or 3. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, there's a switch behind the line space, and it'll skip 2 when you flip it back, and it'll skip 3 when you flip it back too. There's a 1, 2, and 3 up there, so you can indicate which space you're on. As you can see, all the keys type nice, and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. There's a switch here on the right side. If you have it on the blue dot, it prints the top portion of the ribbon. If you have it on the white dot, it doesn't print at all. If you have it on the red dot, it prints the bottom portion of the ribbon. We're going to put it on red and type a sentence. Beautiful type of machine. This is the top of the line upgrade for this model, the Silent Super. And then it goes down from there. It goes from, there's a silent, and then there's a super, and there's a sterling and a clipper. And this is the top of the line when it comes to all of those models. It just has more characters on the keyboard. It's got 3 rollers instead of 2, and it has these paper fingers on the front, which the other models don't have. And among other things, much smoother and quieter. We're gonna flip this switch back up to blue, so when we print, it prints the black instead of red. And to pull the page out easy, there's a switch right here behind the knob there, and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. That works good. We're gonna flip that back and put this down. You want to make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. Backspace on the left side here works good. A shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. Tab on the right side, right here where my finger is, and should have 1 tab set. We don't have any tabs set, so we're gonna set one right in the middle area by hitting this set button right there. You get to the beginning and you hit the tab. Let's try that again. It stops at that spot. If you hit it too hard, sometimes it'll act funny. So if you just press it nice and easy, it'll work properly. And to clear that, you just hit the CL button right here. And now we'll hit the tab button. It should go all the way to the end. There's actually one right there too. So we're gonna clear that, and now it should go all the way to the end. And we'll reset one in the middle. Works good. Open the hood. Touch control on the top left here. Right now it's all the way to the right, which is the lowest it'll go. If you go to the left, you just have to hit the keys harder for them to print, but they respond faster. You go to the right, you don't have to hit the keys as hard, but they don't respond as fast. So more advanced typers will go with the higher setting on that. All the brand new ribbons loaded on this left side, so it's pulling to the right. If you want to switch that direction, this little lever above the backspace, flip it up, it'll start pulling to the left side. If you flip it down, it starts pulling to the right, and that's where we want it. MR on the right side here stands for margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that will block the keys so they don't print, and if you just hit that MR button, it will allow you to get past that block and finish what you're typing at the end of the page. This is the carriage lock or escapement throwout. If you hold it up and you just lock it there and you have the case, it lines right up with this knob. and it hugs it so that way it doesn't unlock, and it protects the escapement. And if you just pull it out like that, it'll unlock that carriage. That's how you do that. Carriage release behind each knob, very smooth. This is the carriage release on this side. And this little knob, if you pull it out, it'll disable the spacing when you turn the knob. You push it in. Each one of those clicks is one space. That just allows you to get to an exact spot on the page. And it's the same function on this front lever. If you push it down, it'll disable you turn the knob, it'll disable that spacing. Flip it back up. Each one of those clicks is one space. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.